Good morning, Utopian Brotherhood. Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well. It's going to be the last time you see me driving this way because today my little house sitting stint finally ends. It's been pretty long. It's been like 8-9 weeks since I started this, staying in this townhouse sitting, looking after this tiny dog. And yeah, it's been a really great experience for me. You know, I've had basically the whole place to myself, and yeah, it's given me a lot of time to just grow, reflect, and just figure out a new way forward, essentially, because it's like sometimes it's really good, sometimes you need a change of scenery, essentially, or change of environment in order to really put things into perspective. So that's happening today. The owners are finally coming back. And for a few days I'm going back to the place I was before in my town that I was renting, but that's ending in like 5 days at the end of the month. And then I'm going to be moving out to a new place. So yeah, a lot of changes happening in the external world as well as the internal world. It's, in a sense, I feel like one chapter of my life is coming to an end. In this book of my life, one chapter is coming to an end, and yeah, a new chapter it is about to begin. I felt that before as well. Like, it's this, I'm sure we all have, you know, it's this feeling of, you know, you've come full circle, you've completed one aspect of your life. It doesn't mean it's not over by any means, but there's always more to do. But yeah, one aspect of your life comes to an end, and then another aspect begins. And do I know exactly what shape it's going to take? Well, no, because if you would have asked me, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, would I be living out here? I would have said you're crazy. I really would have. I never in my wildest dreams would have imagined that I would have, you know, left the, you know, beautiful subtropical southeast Queensland, Gold Coast, with beautiful beaches and nature. Climate. I would have never dreamt that I would take off from there, go up into the mountains of the Great Dividing Range, cross them, and enter the granite belt of the Darling Downs region. I never would have imagined myself doing that, but overall I'm so glad that I did, because it's taught me a lot. I've learned that I much prefer life out here in the countryside. Is it easy? No. Is everything perfect? Not at all. But is it a rewarding lifestyle? Definitely. I really value the space that I have. I value the peace and quiet, the not having to deal with the hustle and bustle. And yeah, just I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for this path that I'm on. I'm grateful for this journey that I'm on. And yeah, for this one today, I wanted to talk about just gratitude and putting things into perspective, because I didn't talk about it at the time because so much other stuff was going on, but was it last week? Yeah, last week. Yeah, I actually went back to the coast to attend a wedding. It was a really beautiful wedding. Did I mention this? I don't know if I mentioned this in another video. Anyway, it was a really good wedding. And yeah, there were some people there that I knew. I was in contact with one of my, you know, old school friends back from like primary school, and yeah, we had some good discussions. And yeah, you know, I met a few other people along the way, stayed there one night, and yeah, you know, it brought back a lot of you know, old memories, essentially, of just remembering how life used to be for me back when I lived there. Because I was born and raised there on the Gold Coast, and I lived there for the first 21 years of my life. And you know, back when I was there, you know, I really didn't like it. I never felt like I fit in. I never liked it. The only thing I liked about it there was, you know, the nature. You know, there's some beautiful nature down there. National parks, hinterland. It's really beautiful. That's one thing I liked. But everything else, the city itself, no, I didn't like it. Like, beaches, yeah, beautiful, but way too busy. Like, I never liked crowds. I never liked this hustle and bustle. And I never felt like I fit in. Like, I didn't vibe with the place, essentially. I never felt that I did. So I always planned to eventually take off and go somewhere else. But I didn't imagine myself, just going to what seemed like the middle of nowhere, which, yeah, I did. And yeah, now that I live 3 hours inland across the Great Dividing Range in the Granite Belt, I realized that there's things that from back on the coast that I took for granted. Like the beach is definitely one thing I took for granted. I mean, look, I'm definitely more of an inland person. I much prefer mountains and forests to the beach anytime, any day. So I'm perfectly happy living away from the coast. But there are some times where I'm like, I wouldn't mind going to the beach right now. So yeah, living close to the beach, I never really went there very often at all. I mean, I didn't live nearby exactly. I was still like 30, 40 minutes away. I was on the western side of the city, but near the boundary basically to National Park Hinterland. But still, I sometimes think I wouldn't mind going to the beach. And there's a few things about the life there that I definitely took for granted. Now, since I've moved out here, when I first moved out here, there were a lot of aspects of life out here that seemed so fresh. It's like, wow, man, there's so wide open spaces and just peace and quiet, no traffic, like things like that. That really, like, of course you can go. Like, I've been in the countryside before, right? But it's different when you live out here. Because when you live out here for a while, like you really start to, your mindset starts to shift because you suddenly have more space. You can, like, the energy is different. It really is. Like, you don't feel that immense density that you do living inside the city. Like, I don't know what your experience is, but I always found that whenever I'm inside a big city or a highly dense area, like a densely populated area, like I'll feel this. Maybe that's because I've always been more of like a hypersensitive person to these sort of things. Some people wouldn't notice, but I always did. Like I always felt this like this denseness like pressing down on my mind whenever I'm in a crowded area. Like it's not really anxiety as such. It's more like just taking notice that this is a very dense area. And then when I moved out here, like a lot of that disappeared. And the further away I get from large populations of people, the less dense it feels, the more free my mind feels in order to grow and expand. And, I don't think that humans were meant to live in these massive urban conglomerations that disconnect us from nature. This is so dense. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with living in cities. Some people will like it, but no, man, I can't do it. I can't go back to living in that sort of lifestyle. But I've lived out here for about a year now, and I found that I started to take some things for granted out here, like the open space and all that. So going back to the city, I'm reminded to be so thankful of having all this out here. What I have out here. So it's like everything is person to person, and our individual perspective changes from year to year, month to month, even day to day. And yeah, man, just a reminder, don't take anything for granted and just be grateful for what you have. So like right now, I'm grateful for the wide open spaces. I'm grateful for the peace and quiet. I'm grateful for the lifestyle that I'm building out here. Is it perfect? No, but I know it's much closer towards my idyllic lifestyle, towards fulfilling my soul desire. I know I'm on the right path. So as long as you know you're on the right path, as long as you know you're on the right journey, you can walk it. You can keep on walking it. But if you don't know you're on the right path, that's when real challenges arise. So yeah, that's basically everything I had to say today. Just talking about our perspectives, how it changes, and yeah, just being grateful. So I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for where I'm at, and yeah, maybe it's just a bit of a gentle reminder to those of you, don't take things for granted. Be grateful for the simple things in life, things like where you're at. Yeah, that's basically a bit of my story. It's coming to an end. This aspect, end of house sitting, moving to a new place, and yeah, I mean, we've still got the block, with the caravan. I'm going to be spending a lot of time there. So I'm trying to make that livable, but for the time being, moving to from the place that I'm renting to a new place, just for the time being. But it's going to be closer to where I work, so basically right next to it, so I won't have to even drive much at all. But yeah, I'm still sort of figuring out how things will go. But yeah, we'll do that. That's all good. Anyway, I hope you're right. I hope you guys are all doing well. Yeah, one thing I forgot, I keep forgetting to mention is, and on camera is, yeah, I've got a new Discord server finally set up, Utopian Brotherhood. I made a community post leaving a link, so you can always use that to join, and plus I'll also leave a link in the description. It's a permanent link, so it won't expire. So yeah, man, if you're on Discord, go ahead, join the Utopian Brotherhood, man. We're building this community up. Yeah, you know, the server's still a work in progress. I'm still finalizing a few things on it, but man, join. So it's really awesome. What else? There was something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, and also I made a poll about what type of content, what type of content do you want to see? Because yeah, I've been trying to figure out, you know, what direction of this channel is, what content I'm going to make, and yeah, I did a poll. So if you haven't voted, go ahead and vote on that one. And yeah, 3 options I gave what type of content you want to see. NoFap self-improvement, which has been more or less most of this channel, like especially from the beginning with NoFap content. Then, you know, spirituality and, you know, like life philosophy, which I've sort of branched out into. And the last option is vlogging. I've done a few vlogs here of, you know, like just outdoor stuff, hiking, farming, not very many. And yeah, it seems NoFap self-improvement as well as vlogging, they seem to be tied. And yeah, you know, the spiritual stuff, that's going to stay here because I feel like I have a message to give, and with the awakening, that's going to continue. But yeah, the main aspect of this channel will be focused on self-improvement. NoFap, not as much anymore, but there will still be some occasional NoFap content. But I think that's the main aspect that I want to give to you. You know, doing some self-improvement and NoFap content. That's where I feel like I have a strong message. But then also on the spiritual side and life philosophy, they want to use that to essentially tie everything all together. And yeah, there's not really going to be many vlogs on this channel as such, so I have actually set up a new channel. I did it a while back, which is going to be dedicated to vlogs, whether it be for you know, farming, like just farm work, like outdoor stuff, hiking, just anything I feel like should be on a vlog. I'm going to put a post on that channel. It's not going to be posting there regularly, not daily by any means. It's going to be a different style of content, more heavily edited. I'll post that probably maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks or so, depending on how much time I have. But yeah, there's already been some people that have subscribed to it, so go ahead and check it out. It's called Life of Utopia. Leave a link in the description below. So yeah, I've started posting some of my old stuff, like other vlogs that I posted on this channel before. I'm putting it all over there, and then any new vlogs that I make will go on there. That channel is not going to be dedicated to talking about any heavy topics or self-improvement or anything. It's literally just going to be vlogging stuff that I'm doing in my day-to-day life. Like, it's just going to be purely for fun, because it's like one aspect of my life that I feel like I'm moving into now is I want to start having more fun. You know, actually just living life instead of constantly focusing on having to grow and evolve. I mean, that's an important aspect. That's what this channel is here for. But one aspect, something I want to integrate more into my life is just being more adventurous, just having more fun, like actually living life, as opposed to always just, you know, like working or focusing on growing the mind and growing the body. It's like, no, just sometimes it's good to kick back and have fun. All right, like do something you genuinely enjoy that doesn't necessarily have any specific, you know, doesn't have any higher purpose. Like hiking, there's no higher purpose for hiking. I do hiking because I enjoy it and haven't been doing it much. And yeah, perhaps vlogging it will be giving me an incentive to do it more, because I really do need to do it more often. I really do. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. Hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, always remember, be a warrior, not a victim. Memento mori. Ciao.